Hello, everybody. It is I, Annabeth Monath, the Queen of Bones, the Mommy, and of course, being Thursday, the DM. As you can see, I have the entire lovely party with me right now. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, hold on. I'm shape-shifting right now. Be right with you.
BRB, need to change my flesh.
Yes. Must go from fire to scales.
Mm-hmm. So, who wants to recall what happened last time?
Let me think. We finished off we finished off the consequences of our own actions.
Yeah.
Proceeded.
Wise, I believe.
Some would say that. We fought the Cambion, who apparently was so taken with us as a threat that they tracked us down, much to their despair, as we proceeded to wipe the floor with them.
Mm-hmm.
And Rivet has threatened and probably will make good on making a flying apparatus out of their wings. So, you know.
On the shopping list.
On the crafting list.
A very long crafting list.
And then, we spent some time in the woods to the north of Altwala as we headed back towards Tower Town. And, nothing happened. Nothing notable.
And,
says the exhausted and gravely wounded Kriv.
What? I know not what you speak of. Besides, we've rested since then. I've since healed and am fine. And I think we've crossed the river at this point and are back in Tower Town. I'll be honest, I was a lot drunk towards the end of the session, so I don't quite remember everything.
Yep. Yes, you were. But yeah, you managed to hitch a ride on one of the fishing vessels returning back to Tower Town. And are now there.
We has arrived.
So there are places where you could sell things, as in when you wish to. I actually never got around to making a Tower Town map, so whoops.
That's all good.
It's fine. Is there much to it other than the tower, or?
There is a town built around the tower, yes. As per the name.
Unlike the other tower. Does this one have a name?
I'd have to check my notes. I think I made a name.
I think I remember a name, but I don't remember it, if that makes sense.
You know, maybe I didn't. Maybe they just it is here, because it's not necessarily established as it's not traditionally governed, therefore it never really got a name as a town.
Right.
It's more like part of Tower Town, basically. Kind of.
Makes sense.
Like any repairs or projects and stuff like that get approved by a wonderful mayor of Tower Town. In fact, I got his name right here.
God, why are you so weird?
Is she meowing at the shower again?
Yes, it's like you don't like taking a bath. Why are you meowing at the shower? And if I open the shower door, he will just spend time walking around it, getting his feet wet, and it's like you are weird.
Oh, and I didn't make note of the,
He's just so weird.
apparently I
let you
didn't make
in.
note of the mayor.
Far be it from me to hinder his weirdness when I am weird.
Yeah. Damn it, I
Fair.
didn't.
You
Oh,
happy?
whatever his name is, he was a jolly good fellow.
I think he'd have bad memories of the place, considering that's where I locked him up when he was recovering from his surgery.
He's moved on. All right, so now that you're back in a place where you can resupply and possibly buy stuff, did anyone have anything they wanted to do?
I have one thing on my shopping list. That is it.
Okay.
But that might change depending on what we might need for those amulets Rivet mentioned crafting.
Yep.
Riv has like no money.
Rivet is looking initially for materials that could help her create amulets of proof against detection and location, wings of flying, cloaks of protection, luck stones, or pearls of power. And ore. Those are on her current crafting list. In addition, she would like to find diamond dust, so she can make more flash paper.
I have diamond dust.
Yeah, but I don't know if we want to use... We have the perfect amount to cast one of the restoration spells. I forget which one. I don't know if we want to dip into that for this.
Well, greater restoration requires diamond dust, not lesser. Lesser does not need that. I have lesser restoration that does not have a material component. I think greater restoration costs like 100 gold worth. I don't know.
How much diamond dust do we have?
I have 325 gold worth of diamond dust because I picked up some for my spell of non-detection, and we found a crushed diamond in the church back in the Altwahal.
Oh yes.
So I have a ton of diamond dust.
Greater restoration is 100 diamond, 100 gold. So
I'm just not up to date on the amount of diamond dust.
Yeah, I'd rather not have to cast the spell, but it is good to have extra.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have pouches of diamond dust on my person separated into 25 gold piece weights.
Cool.
Because that is how much my spell costs. And I'd rather not like accidentally spend too much on the spell and whoops, I lost them. Just, tucked into various places on my armor. Just a little here, a little here. little, almost like sachet pouches.
It's pocket sand, except it's diamond dust.
The most expensive pocket sand in the world.
Yes.
For when you really want to kill someone's eyeballs.
It's dust of sneezing and choking, but it's just diamond dust, so it's just actually shredding your lungs.
Yeah. So I have that for diamond dust if Rivet ends up wanting to borrow some. I think Rivet isn't up to date on the diamond dust because we found it while she was still the Tangle.
Yes.
As for me, Kriv would, unless he needs to fund some of Rivet's crafting, he wants to find actual diamonds, so he can potentially have something on hand for Revivify if he absolutely needs it. Because it's already proven that we needed it.
Yeah.
I didn't do the math on how much gold it would cost to create these magic items. So if anybody else has an agenda, I will do that right now and then get back to y'all.
Okay. And also, for my own sanity, post these lists in the tavern channel.
Yes.
I will do so.
I think I have zeros. I am.
There we go. There's his list. Because the fun thing about Revivify is it doesn't say a singular diamond, it's just diamonds. So I could have like 300 gold worth diamonds. The greater ones require singular diamonds.
Okay, let's see. There it is.
Are you for real? I let you into the shower, you little crazy. What are you whining about now?
I mean, Cobra's got a grazing root to sell
What?
that he's been carrying around for a while.
Which one? What?
It's like a smelling salts root,
Mm.
if I recall.
I have some of those true seeing eye drops as well. How many of those do I have?
I have,
two bottles.
I think I have 6.
I have 2.
Yeah. But should anybody need money, Cobra's got freaking 1100. They can
Yeah.
them for it.
Most of my money, I think we even had before we left the dragon, so I'm grateful that Ohagen didn't, like, mug us before throwing us out.
I yep. Monies, yeah. Crib's just been
I have
paying for
5.
stuff.
Yeah.
And donating to stuff.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that Sarah's been eating off your plate.
Hey,
I mean, I guess it saves money.
Yeah.
It does help.
Yeah. With the wings of flying, me and Miles were talking about, it's like, hey, Cobra get those. He's basically the blue flying shell from Mario.
Mm.
That would be really funny. I'd love that.
He's got the spiky shell. He just needs the wings.
And also someone to cast Dragon Breath on him. I don't know.
Or delayed blast fireball.
Mm.
Yeah, that would be a little more on those.
Like, ooh,
Or
wait, Skylar. You know the spell storing item? Like,
yeah, I
you
was
could
about
make
to say.
you could make a spell storing item into like a tongue piercing.
Oh my god.
And then, like, I don't know, shoot a laser beam. I don't know, prismatic spray out of your mouth.
Brick opens his mouth and says, "Get fucked," and then just boom.
The turtle gets a customizable breath weapon.
Yeah,
Which, talk about taste the rainbow.
yeah,
It is bright, huh?
yeah. Exactly.
Something's a bit different about this month. What do you mean? Blay balls.
Just yeah.
Materials
Alright.
for all of those guys.
She be a crafter.
She's an
Yeah.
Yeah,
artist.
I'm getting the shits for it. Hold on.
I mean, we have her wings of flying with ambient wings. Okay, cat. For reals.
Oh, cat.
Well, first he meows and cries because he wants in the shower. Now he's in the shower just crying.
He's
Cats
singing.
never know what they want.
Singing in the shower.
The thing with cats is they always think they know what's best for them because they're like super overconfident. But that's what's cute about them.
What? What? He's just being crazy. You are just being crazy. You are just being crazy. You are just being crazy.
Okay, so looking at this, there's a few places in town. That might be able to get people to sell, buy the raw component, the eye drops. That's for the ingredients to make all that stuff. That's, ooh,
I mean, there's. If I remember, there was wizardy stuff. Here.
I will elaborate that she's not necessarily looking for everything. She's more that list is. She's browsing for whatever she can find that she thinks that she knows will be helpful in crafting these things. If she doesn't think she's going to be able to make enough progress buying stuff here, she's probably just going to skip it. Because if she were to buy all the materials, in theory, it would cost her minimum 3,000 gold pieces.
jeez.
Hey, Dobrek's got a third of that.
Spirit's got a little over half of that.
Rivet's got 1,800 gold pieces. It could be done, but also that's not including crafting time, which is its own beast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I'm not sure how I feel about going bankrupt for some crafting projects.
Oh yeah. Dobrek needs to stock up on rations because he's got one left.
The list has been updated with gold values. It's 100 per amulet of non-detection, 100 per cloak of protection, 2,000 for the wings of flying, 100 per luck stone, 100 per pearl of power, and then 200 gold pieces in diamond dust per flash paper.
All right, so, getting the diamonds and the reliquary. That would require a church or cathedral. There is a chapel in town that people do go to. It's very much mhm. Yeah, that makes sense. The chapel here is dedicated to Saloon, Our Lady of Silva, the Moon Maiden. So some of her domains include navigating with the stars, a life domain, as well as knowledge, as I'm sure someone here knows. Inquiring as to getting some diamonds. Let's see. Okay. Get some dice. They don't have enough that they would want to spare to get the entire value. But they do have 100 gold's worth of whole diamonds that they are willing to sell you.
Okay. I'll buy those because I can always like get a little here, get a little there. At this point, I just need them.
And when you inquire about the reliquary, Kira, they admit that theirs, that they use for specific rituals, was actually made by a craftsman, jeweler, and faithful of the Pantheon that actually moved out Tower Town. And after asking a bit more about them, they reveal that they were actually discouraged from leaving, but as part of their beliefs, they apparently had a holy mission to go aid the new folk trying to establish a town to the north in the shape of New Hope. And as far as they know, that's where they're currently staying and could possibly craft such a reliquary.
I wonder who that might be. Well, we're going to be heading in that way eventually, so thanks.
Buy for the true seeing eye drops.
Yeah, we've
ever
got
watchful
7 in total.
for the evils. The church would also buy those off you.
Okay.
In fact, they'd be willing to trade 4 of them for the diamonds instead of gold, and then pay you 75 gold for the others. So 25 gold value each.
Well, hold on. So, Sierra, you have how many? 6?
5.
Oh, 5.
You have 5.
I thought you had 7.
Yeah,
I don't know why you thought.
well,
I have
so
2.
we have 7
I have
total.
2. Okay, so yeah, if you wanted to combine, you could give Criv 2 to get the diamonds, and then get 75 gold for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus 75.
Let's see. As for weapons, there is a magic shop in town. Basically, once the sister tower is done studying various items, they often brought to Tower Town to be put up for sale. Most of them gather dust, but it's there. So you can visit, let's see, where is it? Hmm. Okay. Yes. The magic shop is known as Wilbur's Wondrous Wares.
Alliteration, I like it. When I was in 6th grade, I wrote an 8-page short story that was all alliteration. That was very fun. It was like Gerald the Green Goblin or something.
Alright, I got gold. Okay, right, so we'll go to the magic shop in a bit. Let's keep going down. Rations, general goods stores. The general goods store is just called it's the village trader, even though they're in a town. But they swear when you get there, it was a village when we opened the shop. Now it's a town. That's just a technicality. We're not changing the name of the shop. How many rations are easy enough? Eyebright medicine. I believe you need more than one dose to cure the disease.
Yeah, it was like 3 doses, but we ended up making 4, so I just literally have 1 hanging around.
Okay. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Only offer like research purposes, or people might need that. Otherwise, it's really just gonna keep burning a hole in my pouch.
Yeah. When you bring it up to the general goods store, because they do sell like bandages and stuff like that, they take it from you and they pop it open and we'll call back and sorry friend, but this is expired.
Surprising considering how long it's been since I made it.
Mm-hmm. It might be a good idea to check up on some of my other medicines. I've still got I've been holding on to this since like session 18. Remember when Des fed Jasper that alcohol that paralyzed him? I've still been holding on to that.
What
But it's probably gone bad by now.
What's alcohol? It'll just get stronger.
Yeah, aged
Yeah.
like
Fine wine.
like fine wine, except it's like vodka.
Yeah, like you had a sealed bottle for the eye drops, but they're like typically made as and when they're needed, and their properties do expire after a while. It's almost like when you make it, it's still kind of mixing itself, and that's like the active ingredients, that are still like alive and doing stuff. That's what makes the medicine work. But eventually they kind of consume each other, and then it's not effective anymore. Unfortunately. But they'll say, I'll give you 2 copper for the bottle.
Yeah. Go ahead and keep it.
Thank you. Rations, though. How many were you looking for?
9.
9 rations. All right. I just take them at cost value, like the listed cost. Yikes!
4.5 gold.
You can only speed make up to uncommon.
Yeah. Rare items take normal time until level a different one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Raising Root, could you remind me?
You said it was like a smelling salt.
Oh, yeah. You want to get rid of that? Okay. All right, I'll, you know what? I'm not sure we have much of that in stock, and this one seems particularly potent. Like, you see them stiff it, and their eyes are just, like, wide. Like, and they're like, oh. Yeah, that's not the normal... not sure where you got this, but I'll give you 5 silver for it.
So,
Alright. Any more general goods? Not that I'm seeing in the list, so we can head up to the Wilbur's Wondrous Wares.
No.
Off to www.
And his wife Dot. You head in and you see a dwarven fellow. His beard is a decent length, maybe not the oldest of dwarves. And seeing you come in, his hair is a strong ginger. He's got a good round nose. So as far as dwarves go, he looks a bit softer than some of those you've seen like out in battle and stuff like that. Rosy cheeked, possibly from a good life, or maybe that little flask he's sipping from.
Oh no, a good flask will give you a good life.
Good morning to you, folks.
Pleasant day to you.
Well, welcome to Wilbur's Wondrous Wares. Yeah, I don't believe I've seen you lot before, and honestly, we don't get that many people in here. Well, except for the little ones that like to see all the fun and mystical items. It's more of a museum than anything. Folks don't have much use for this sort of stuff, or the coin. But, yeah, come in. Come in.
Mm,
We got plenty.
happy to look around.
Well, if anything particularly catches your eye and you want to know more about it, do let us know.
For the sake of it, is anything on Riven's list here?
Mm,
While everyone else looks around at the various items, you inquire about materials for amulets, non-detection, and all this stuff. He puts the hand up. He's like, "Oh yeah, okay." Let me look up. And people dig out the tome. It's just starts looking through his inventory, and it's like, most of the crafting stuff's up in the tower, and they're not exactly keen to part ways with it. But I think we've got what you need for those amulets. There you go. Goes. He gets this chest, brings it out. It's not as a flat top chest, more of a box, I suppose. He flicks it open. He has a look at it, and he's like, yeah, it'll smell right. Right, so you need some of this, bit of this, some of that, and I think double checks the book. Yeah, some of them. I think that's enough for 4 there. Are these materials, you said they're per? Or total?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, total. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
At the bottom with the crafting for rivet takes us the GP cost per.
Alright, yeah.
If we end up with 3, it's 300 gold pieces. 4 would be 400.
Okay, so that'd be 400 gold pieces.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rivet.
Well, that, it'd be, there is a bit of a markup.
2.
It's 440 gold pieces.
Yeah, fine. Okay. She. 1, 2, 3.
What are you, Caleb Widowgast?
In this
Yeah.
occasion, yes.
Alright, so...
And make sure you spend the right amount.
Exactly. So, looking around here, you see a section that has a few wondrous wares that may or may not be magical. You see what appears to be a set of fine paper, brushes.
Oh, I'll totally cast detect magic before looking through here.
Okay, you get flashbanged.
Ah. Especially with my dark vision and everything. My eyes are already very sensitive.
Yeah, you see that there are some items that appear to be sale, but they're decorative. You got this beautifully made calligrapher's supplies, a large ornate chest, a most beautifully carved dragon chest set you've ever seen. It's a cost of what appears to be some manner of bone, and a dark, finely polished black stone of some kind, respectively. The board itself appears to be marble. there are some up on the counter itself. You do see racks of potions. You see a finely woven quiver, seemingly used by vines that do not appear to be withering. A whole wine rack of scrolls. What were originally scroll racks, but that shape only shows up as wine racks these days. And a wonderfully audacious tent. Something you would see for a fortune teller or something like that. Beautifully made. All sorts of iconography on it. Suns, moons, stars.
Ooh.
Mystical creatures. But
Sierra Sierra looks at it for a while, but yeah, she knows what she's here for.
Yeah. You see, picking up on your detect magic, a small crossbow, possibly a hand crossbow, a set of hide armor, a set of chainmail, some form of cloak, a great sword, another crossbow, a ring, another robe, a shield, a set of studded leather armor, and a trident.
Tridents are pretty cool. And great swords. Can I see if can I focus on the great sword and trident to see if they're magical? Or try to figure out what kind of magic, I suppose. I mean,
what kind of magic?
Yeah, I know it's always kind of hard to determine with magic items because that's not really.
It's not really applicable.
It's not really how the spell's supposed to work. It's like dispel magic isn't supposed to dispel magic items really, but it's kind of used for that often.
Yeah, no, it doesn't list a school.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a magic item. Yeah.
It might. Rivet's off shopping for components at the moment, but I'd ask her to identify them if she was available. That would give all the information that we would need.
Mm-hmm. You can always ask.
Yeah. Okay. What's the? I'm interested in the great sword and the trident. What's the story with those?
Oh. I actually the great sword. I know that one. Let me look up the trident. Let's see. Yes, this is a hero's trident. Particularly vicious piece that was donated by this elf that was coming through. She was right character. She was. She made on a great show, and well, let's just say she's a showman, but combat skills. Well, let's just say they got us out of a bit of a pickle involving a good number of Slohagan.
Ooh.
But
well, good to see her safe.
But apparently she got a new trident out of that, so she sold us her old one.
Mm.
I'm gonna say, does no recognize this trident?
You wouldn't? No.
Okay.
But it's a vicious thing. It's when you strike perfectly with it, it apparently strikes truer than a mundane one.
So it's a vicious trident. Gotcha.
That sells for 394 gold.
394?
Mhm.
Is that what I heard you say?
394, yes.
And
Now
the
that-
great sword?
That ain't no steel you're looking at.
Mm.
That,
What is it then?
let's see. Da. That itself is particularly keen on edge against dragons.
Mm.
And that there, from what I have been told, and no reason to doubt it, was one of 9 weapons crafted from a single tooth of Zolodio.
Oh, that sounds incredible.
And all of these weapons, apparently, were designed to be kept safe in precautions in case the dragon would ever come to scorch the world again.
Mm.
But
That's-
in everyday use, apparently it's just as effective against any sort of dragon. And sells for 8,940 gold pieces.
Whew. Okay. I cannot afford that, and we cannot afford that probably ever. I don't know.
It's a lot.
As I said, this place has become more of a museum than a shop, so I'm glad to
Mhm.
have some
That's fine.
patrons.
Well, Trident's cool, but I don't know if I'm a Trident type person.
Good for fishing
Hmm.
and catching
I like.
weapons.
Hmm.
But that thing you're carrying there doesn't seem too shabby.
Yeah, it's a very good friend of mine made it.
Ah, well, that's nice. You got quite a craftsman there.
Well, actually, three friends of mine made it.
Oh, you need that many people on a single item. It's either extremely powerful or they were not used to making such things.
I think it was the former,
Well,
but
if it tried your speed, I'm sure you could still whack someone pretty hard with it.
Well,
Magic
I'm just
items
a
are typically
little.
rather notorious for being nigh unbreakable.
Mm. Oh,
Unless, of course, something overpowers the magic itself. But until then, the enchantment itself basically shields the mundane item. It's mundane materials.
well, we'll see if we end up needing to fight a dragon at some point. But for now, I think I'm fine. It's nice looking at them, though.
It is. And to be fair, allowing the kids in that to wonder at them, and the fact that I'm basically operating a storehouse for the magic items they're done researching up at the tower, then let's just say I ain't got any upkeep to worry about.
Mm-hmm. Incidentally, what's the enchantment on the chainmail?
Gmail. Let's see. Takes a little clunk. Swig. Puts it back on. Ah. That set of armor is known as the Storm Ward. It protects you against thunder.
Thunder or lightning? There's oftentimes people get those confused.
No, thunder, it says here.
Okay.
Get that for Rivet, and then they're resistant to both because of the shield.
Yeah. Well,
It was, I remember this large Goliath. He brought that in.
Nice that you remember everyone who brought these.
Well, when you find out the story behind something, it holds more value. Not a coin, but just know there's not much here that hasn't already seen battle. And, well,
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of which, who has the stone giant, the stone golem's toothpick? Probably Rivet, or
I was gonna say probably Rivet, although I forgot to put it down.
Yeah.
ah.
Well, Cyril will go like while Rivet's like putting all her stuff away. Cyril will just like kind of dig through and grab it, and it's like a little big for her, but she'll bring it over and let him have a look at it.
No.
We don't really have a use for it at the moment.
Yeah, one moment.
Do we also still have the Lantern of Mirlight?
I don't remember selling it, so
I also don't remember selling it. So probably
I don't think we went on any shopping runs between then and now.
I thought Nikuri had that.
That also might be true.
that's also a possibility.
I think Nekray had both those items, is what happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
hold on.
Well, zoop.
Yeah, I think we gave Nekray the stone the pick because they used they used a dagger in melee, and that was just
yeah.
Okay, then this doesn't happen. We've got the Ring of Recall, but we still might want to use that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any other magic items we don't use? I guess we've got that bag of endless rats. So I'm not sure if this old man wants that.
Well, we didn't manage to get the pipe that would control the rats.
And would he want to buy a smelly bag?
I know it was just a joke, but Robert Browning exists in this universe, and now Rivet also wants to find him.
All
Because
right.
why rats?
So,
Because it's not about where rats, it's about why rats.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really use the bag of rats so much, so I used it once to scout those sewers, or the caves.
so wait, do you have the dagger or no?
No,
No,
No, okay.
Nikure has it. We do have the Mirrorlight Lantern. Because I don't remember giving that to her, and also, it's not listed on her character sheet anywhere. But yeah.
Yeah, it's basically an infinite lantern. Huh. Not say I've seen one of them before. Takes a moment, and just like looks at it, activates it, slides the hood up and down. Well, a pretty color, but other than that, I mean, it still won't require any fuel. So, oh, give you 300 gold for it.
Rivet's willing to leave this call up to Sierra.
I don't think we need to sell it.
Alright.
Alright.
Yeah, we might. I mean, also we might just. I mean, the statistics are 2 for 2, but so far, I'm still of the mind that it's possible we find a sword that isn't a ancient artifact that doesn't want to move. So, or any weapon for that matter. But I'm fine for now.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, if you need any more information on anything we'd like here, as for portions, we got from bottom to top, we got some standard, greater, superior, and supreme.
Does it have like a Supreme branding on the front? No, just joking.
It's got like the glass of the bottle has been like shaped, so there's like a star on the neck that's been since like gold leafed. Like
Well, I make my own potions, but I can't really make much better than a basic one with my skill. How much for the greater?
the greater healing potion, 166.
That's in my budget. Let's grab one of those.
Alright, here you are. They kind of jump up a bit from there. The superior is takes a lot to make those. That's 500.
Yeah, I imagine.
And this big boy at the top, that's 1,500. But nearly a wound that it won't close.
Oh right, right. Of course, they do the silly thing with the commas in this list. Potion of healing, greater. Add. All right.
Oh, and this is technically for sale. And he like takes his ring off his finger, and his eyes kind of
Oh.
flicker a little bit. Well, he brings it to the end of his finger just to show it, and it's a brass ring that has a number of small square diamonds, almost positioned like lashes around an eye in the middle.
Oh, it's very pretty.
Right. I'm not taking it fully off because it requires attunement. But this is a rig of X-ray vision, and it lets me just kind of watch the open sky and the outside while I'm sitting in here.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. But technically, it's on for sale, so should show you. But it slides it back onto his finger, like fully.
Mm. It's. Well, we'll see. We'll probably be back here at some point. We'll keep you in mind.
Oh, and the scrolls, just in case.
Oh, the scrolls.
Here we go. We got
Yeah.
them in alphabetical order. We got Detect Thoughts, Entangle, Hold Person, Hunger of Hadar, Identify, Magic Stone, Sacred Flame, Sending, Shape Water, Sneelock Snowball Swarm, and Spiritual Weapon.
Mm.
And he's got this stick, and he's basically going tap, 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 like from where he's sitting on the display.
You remind me I need to do a sending at some point. I haven't called them in a while.
You're going to make sure the loved ones know you care.
Yeah. Out exploring. Well, I don't think we. Are any of the rest of you needing any scrolls out that list? I don't think Sarah really needs them, but
There's Entangle.
well, it's like harder to cast a spell that isn't on your list, right?
I simply make the check at disadvantage is all.
Right. Yeah.
But, for low-level scrolls, it's not bad. But Entangle would probably not be a good one, because potentially I'd be in the Entangle area as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I forget what the Greater Restoration, I think you said one.
Greater Restoration, yeah.
Well, we don't need the components for that. That is interesting.
Yeah.
Although it might be expensive.
I think that's a 5th level spell. So,
yeah, I think that might be very rare at that point. Or that might be rare. I don't know the exact scaling.
Anyways, yeah, I don't think any of those scrolls particularly interest me for spell cover. I still have the catapult scroll locked and loaded. I haven't used it yet, so I could swap it out for right now, but I think I'm good with what I've got.
Are you able to? You can't take it out until it's used up, right?
So if I cast it using Spellcarver, it's locked in, but I haven't cast it that way yet.
Oh, I see.
So I can currently swap it out. But if I cast Catapult and the scroll maintains, then it's locked in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, if there's nothing else, well, before you go, it's almost, it's the most expensive item, but I like people to, look at it and appreciate it, because I'm not sure if you're from around here, but for the longest time, 2 wizards claimed one of these 2 towers each, and there's a war between them. A rivalry even that got a bit out of hand. And so somebody had to step in to try and diffuse the situation between them. And he gets up, comes around the counter, and goes into that nice looking tent, and the only thing inside of it is this table with this beautiful shield on it.
Mm.
And you see it, it's like, looks like polished gold with all these inset oval gemstones, and is just decorated entirely.
Really?
And this was wielded by our good mayors grandfather in the War of the Wizards.
Hmm.
He said, it has been said, and my father before me says he was there and knew it to be true, that this is, while wielding this shield, not even these two great wizards could hit him with a single spell. Any attempt to meddle with his mind, he just shook it off.
Hmm.
Neither of them could sway them with their magics, and so they had to use their words. And it's that eventually put the end to that War of the Wizards. And the teleportation circle between the two great towers was made in unison
There's
between the two, and it showed a age of prosperity between the two. Now, those wizards have since passed on with all their great power and such. They couldn't stand the movement of time. But their kin, some of them still reside, researching all sorts of magic, much like their forefathers and foremothers. But it's simply known as the Spell Guard. Now, with the reason I say I just wanted to show you it is because being part of the town's history and such, and it comes with a equally hefty price tag on it.
more than the sword.
I imagine so, if it's so important. Although
Considering-
a sword made of Zerlodia's teeth is quite the legend as well.
Yeah.
Now, this, because of the amount that would benefit the town greatly, is 55,500 gold pieces.
Whew.
Yeah.
And its magic is complete immunity to magic.
So the legends say. It certainly has a tough time.
Mm. Well, I love the tent.
Oh, the tent's for
Is
sale
it-
as well.
Is it magical?
No, it's just
Well, it's magical in appearance.
aye, exactly. I mean, it's
Hmm.
we could always have another one made. It's only 2 gold, but it's
Mm. I'll take it. It looks lovely.
Did lose that tent in that fight with the Cambion.
Mm. Oh yeah, that is true. The tent that we had the other day got ripped apart by gnolls
And burned.
and burned. Yeah.
aha. Well, why don't you tell me about that then?
Well, a long time ago, it's been probably about 3 months now. We fought. We came to the town of New Hope, and uh, and there we met all the guild masters and all the citizens. And our first night there, or one of our first nights there, it was attacked by this army of gnolls, and there were at least like 100 of them. I and Rivet here, we fought off the east gate while Kriv fought at the south gate. And the next day we traveled out west to where the hunters wanted to find where they found their tracks and everything. And it was a harrowing battle once we got there. They had traps laid out in their base and in their caves, and there were horrible things being done there. But after a hard-fought battle, we managed to break through and save some people who were taken in the panic and on the road beforehand. And with the grace of my guide, we were saved and brought away to safety. Sometime later now, we have been traveling for some time back to New Hope several times, and out southeast in the forest, who attacks us in the middle of the night but this Cambion who was commanding the gnolls. And it's been some time now. We've grown quite a bit, and it seems he underestimated us. So, Rivet's planning to use its wings to make a flying machine, apparently. Let's just leave it at that.
A flying machine.
Well, or a flying magic item. I don't really know how all that works, but she works with machines.
With magic, I can see it. I've seen little contraptions that can fly on their own, but none of them big enough to carry a person.
Jockey on Sierra's shoulders flaps its wings.
Oh, well, hello there. And
I'll scratch its head.
It's like little metallic screech. It's one noise it can make.
Yeah.
Its other sounds are just shorter cuts of that one screech.
Yeah, that sound bite. It's like a toy cat, and it just goes meow and goes meow meow meow. You just press the button for longer.
Yeah. It's just like well. So you slew the beast then.
Well, Kriv did. He used a spell that commanded it to come down from its vantage point and into his reach. Although I did set it up for him to knock it down.
She's very good at such things.
Well, then.
It certainly didn't help that I was attacked in the tent that I told you about.
Yes.
I was sleeping. It was such a nice dream.
Well, hopefully you have many a nice dream in this. And he goes and he gets his long rod with a hook on it. And basically the tent was not up, per se. It was just kind of, the roof part was up, and it was just hung from the ceilings, was just draping down. So, as you can see, it can be hung from a branch of a decent enough height. But I'll get you the rest of the poles for it to be freestanding. And don't worry about the 2 gold. The story's enough.
Well, thank you.
Oh, no, thank you. I get ever so bored in here.
I imagine. Magic items, sometimes they go a bit over my head, but I'm sure the company's welcome.
Aye, that's why I don't mind people coming in just to have a look. As long as I get a chat out of it. Oh, I just realized I never introduced myself. My name is Wilfred, son of Wilbur.
I'm Sierra. Just Sierra. I don't really. It's weird. I don't really know my parents' names, though I lived with them for 16 years.
Right, he just at that reaches out and just puts a hand on your shoulder, gives it like a shoulder a couple of pats, and that must have been tough.
Well, I suppose now I could say Sierra, daughter of the Wild Mother,
Ah, hello.
and the well, I guess it is a little presumptuous, though I do worship them, and of the Dawn Father and Moonweaver. Though the mother is much closer than the others.
Paying your respects to a number of them there. I don't know why a lot of people just lock themselves into a single one. They all do their part.
Yeah. Well, my brother follows the Dawn Father, and the Moon I've always felt an attachment to.
Well,
Sierra's saying all this while still like glowing with cracks all over her face and stuff.
you see, you can tell he notices. He's just not mentioning it. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets the this 10 all done and wrapped up into basically a sports bag that's covered in stars.
Nice.
Oh, there you are. Who carries this?
I can.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Sierra will gesture to her ogre gauntlets.
Oh, little
That's why I
powerhouse,
was
are ya?
yeah, that's why I was interested in the greatsword, despite my stature. But might be back for it someday.
Mm.
A little short on cash for that for now, but
Well, I don't think it's going anywhere.
well, to be honest, having dealt with a dragon in the past, small as it was, I hope it doesn't go anywhere, because that would mean it wasn't needed.
Yeah, no, that's good of you. I mean, the Order of the Dragon Slayers, they disbanded long ago.
Well, I'm getting hungry.
Oh, all right. Well,
Let's go find some place to eat. Thinking of all these dragons and stuff.
well, if there's nothing else, I would recommend going. He just walks out the front door and kind of steps out. He goes, "You just go down to the end of the road there, and then you turn her right, and then the first building on your right. That's my wife's Bella's place. She's a hell of a baker. Bella's Blancmangerie.
Love it.
They left me. How much would y'all offer for this that apparently connects to a plane of rats?
Excuse me? Could you? He kind of like puts a finger in his ear, like pulls it out. wipes it on a cloth. Could you say that again?
The bag connects to a plane of rats.
What I thought you said. You have a bag that connects to a plane of rats. What is the practical use for that?
Caves at one point, but as it takes me a while to cast the magic to talk with them, it's not exactly practical for use that way.
Hmm. I mean, as far as I know, that sounds like it's the only one of its kind. I've never heard of such a thing.
Combined in a roc's nest. Suppose
Rock's next, you say. Go on. Yeah, leans against the door for him. Like,
I joined these three. They ended up getting a quest to journey against a rock in the mountain, on the mountains far to the west. And made a nest out of carriages and stuff. Sifting through, found this.
ooh, it's not the prettiest thing, is it? I don't know what I would use it for, but it's magical enough, and I don't know if the rats are friendly, then I hear they're raised right. They're not as dirty as most people think. Despite the look of the bag.
The only thing is, if you reach in there and like pull some out, it's not gonna be one or two rats.
An inconsistent amount comes out every time.
It's at least 3 rats or
Well,
something.
so long as they're amicable rats. I mean, what's the reason why they are behind you trying to sell it?
I just can't really find a use for having rats on call.
Fair. Well, I suppose if you're trying to give these rats a home, then it is magic and it's a unique effect. I'd give you. Yeah, well, let's go back inside. And he goes back and has a look. You hear him counting coin. How does 500 gold sound?
Sounds fair.
All right. You hear him count it up and put it into a bag, and he sets it on the table, on the counter, I should say.
Put the bag of endless rats on the counter.
All right. Well, I'll be testing this out later.
Yes. Just don't turn it inside out.
Might I ask why?
Well, it's like a a bag of holding.
The best I recall, yes, it works like a bag of holding where everything would be dumped out.
Oh,
That more connects to the plane of rats, and I'm not sure how that would affect the plane itself.
Best case scenario, you have significantly more rats than you can handle.
Hundreds.
Thousands, probably.
About 500 at most.
you know what? Maybe it's
Somewhere between 5 and 500, closer to the 500 mark.
well. You know what? It's good that nothing in any of your battles cut this.
That is true. It's good that we don't really keep it. Well, I mean, it is on Thobrick's person, so he does get cut up a lot.
I completely disagree. I think that would have been hilarious.
Oh yeah, if when we were fighting those magisters, if it just exploded into 500 rats.
Can you imagine the confusion?
Not pocket sand, pocket rats.
Pocket rats.
Can you imagine the look on one of their faces? Like, punch Thobrick, and suddenly he explodes into rats.
I feel like I'd rather. Well, of course we're selling it, but if I'd have to have someone get surprised like that, I'd rather throw them in O'Hagan's face.
I had always planned like, ooh, we need to get away, chuck the bag of rats at them, they cut it, boom, destruction of rats. But it's like, we've never had a situation where we've had to run from a fight.
All right. I'll keep it safe, and the rats won't have to come under any harmful situations.
Just a normal fucking dude observing that conversation.
They have a good home here, I'll tell you that. He takes out his flask and makes a swig.
Not. We come back, this town is just freaking overrun with rats.
Oh no, I hope not. Well, we can do a good little bit of pipering.
We don't have the flute.
Yeah. Oh, that is true.
Yeah,
But we can gradually talk to them. I don't know.
takes 10 minutes and we can do it at 10 minutes at a time.
This guy's just standing on the rooftop in the middle of town being like, I am the Rat King!
Oh yeah, the shopkeeper goes mad over these. I don't know.
Build an automaton whose sole purpose is to empty out the bag of rats as fast as possible.
Mm.
Not a catapult, a ratapult.
Oh yeah, this would have been. It would have been perfect to fire with catapult.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, you do
Just
the whole.
fire it with well, you don't even have to cut a hole. Like attach it with like some rope and a knife pointing at it. And when you shoot it and it hits, the knife will cut it, so then it will burst on impact.
Have this like ring at the opening of the bag. Yeah, like attached to an arrow that has a boot. So when it impacts, the boot just pushes it inside out.
Yes.
Uh,
Nuclear rat bomb.
tractor beam. Launch this bag of infinite rats at Zelodio.
All of their rats use bite. 500 d4s.
8 force. Wow.
That's the lowest damage die.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
But anyway, the bag is now solved and safe.
Cool.
Safe from party shenanigans.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a lot of damage.
I kind of want to see what 500 d4s would roll.
Approximately 1,200.
Oh, I see it now. You rolled it.
Yep.
Yep. That's one dead O'Hagan.
Yeah.
It's that scene from what 300 where it's just arrows blacking at the sky, but it's just rats.
Create a small automaton who shovels the rats out of the bag of the rat bag into a normal bag of holding.
They die.
And then when the time comes, throw the rat bag contraption so that the rat bag falls into the other bag, is destroyed, creates a portal to the plane, and also everything spills out everywhere with all the rats who had been shoveled into the bag in that time.
Well, what's been funny is
The arrow of ultimate destruction and also rats.
I just thought of something. Somehow find a way to send the bag to Zelodio. Oh, someone brings it to O'Hagan, turns it inside out. 500 rats. Just now all over all core.
I have Tiny Servant.
You have Draki.
I also have Draki, but Draki is significantly more expensive than Tiny Servant is.
Okay, so with that, you are recommended a nice place for lunch. I actually forget what name I said, so now it's Bab's Boulangerie.
I think it was Bella's.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Bab. Bab's Boulangerie. Um, okay, so heading over there, it's a nice, fancy word for a bakery. But they also have like what appears to be like a deli, like part, like ye olde deli. um, as well as like a lot of seating inside for like. You imagine all the things they have on sale in terms of food and ingredients is also what they would use in the items on the menu.
That's right. Gets slightly larger than normal meal, so Sarah can pick at it. As per usual.
You see a young dwarven girl, even smaller than small, with a little red bow that goes like under her chin and onto the top of her bob of hair, and is just a very big bow on the top. Currently at the counter serving. And you see a older dwarf, also of similar hair color, chatting with some of the people at the table. Seeing you come in, though, she looks up and she's just smiles. And it's like looks over to the girl at the counter, and she looks back at them and she goes, "I got this, ma." She nods and continues chatting with some of the other townsfolk. You get. Let me just say, sandwiches from here are like just another level because of having the deli part as well. So they're just like nothing else can call itself a sandwich after this, you know?
Riv gets the ultimate sandwich, which is bread, meat, veggies, bread, meat, veggies, bread. So the triple decker.
Yeah.
Ah, no, much nom is had.
Yeah. But anyway, nice meal is had. It's kind of wholesome. Like at one point, the mother, Babs, comes over and has a chat just about general things, nothing particular. And I guess it's a bit early, but while we already have lunch, do we want to take our break a bit early?
I'd be fine with that.
Sure.
My concern is the fact that there's not air in the bag of holding.
That's true.
Yeah, like even with like portable hull, it's like 10 minutes of air before you suffocate.
Well, I mean, over 1 million dead rats is pretty good too.
Yeah, I'm still thinking. Yeah, several thousand rat corpses.
It would be
It's
D4 bludgeoning damage instead of bites.
equally
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
I think the issue though is we're trying to save the city and not destroy its citizens with plague.
Yeah, with plague, yeah.
Yeah, especially as all those dead rats would have like evacuated themselves after death.
Gross.
Mhm.
Well, at least it's
It's no longer an option.
yeah. At least the rat bag is sanitary. It doesn't have anything but rats in there. So imagine
Really
if
come
it.
up with shenanigans after we sell it.
Yeah, just release like 5 mosquitoes inside of it, and then you have the plague.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna say at this point, just say back at the top of the hour. Get your refills, your snacks, whatever you need. And then at this point, I believe that could be the shopping part done. And once we're back, we can consider what we're gonna do from here. Alright. I'm gonna step away a second and get refilled and stuff, so I'll leave the nice ambience on.
Yes.
I don't know.
There's 23 billion grams of rat per cubic centimeter as in the instant the bag is turned inside out, and then
What
it
the hell?
explodes.
That might cause some cosmic event. I don't know.
Look, we've already thrown a boulette turned into a crab into the cosmic abyss. I don't want more karmic justice coming at us.
Yeah.
You
We
unleash
might
that on
get, like-
O'Hagan, it just kind of the camera zooms out, and the entire planet is just rat. There's
Oh,
suddenly
no.
2 astronauts, and it's like it's always been rat.
Always has
All
been.
rat, yeah.
It's all rats. Always has been.
And they're not even holding a gun, they're holding a rat. Like in the meme where you hold a rat by like the underside. It's all squishy.
Or it's that meme of like the people in the church pews like progressively holding like gun, but it's rats.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Right, so we are back. And yeah, we saw rolling some big rat numbers. I'm not sure how many dice Roll20 stopped. They definitely didn't roll all of them.
Oof. That's a lot of dice.
But it's definitely not the amount I asked for. It's definitely not 75,600 d20s of rat. Like, because the number is smaller than if they rolled 1 on all of them.
Yeah.
I have an answer to the question of is this theoretical rat bomb more powerful than a nuke, and the answer is yes.
Cool.
I have
So if you
become
did this in
rat.
real life,
Rat
if
of
you did this in
war.
real life, impossible. You would fucking level a city with just the bodies of rats.
Oh, wait, it reminds me of the freaking the waves of rats in A Plague Tale.
Mm.
This is so stupid. Why did I spend the last like 10 minutes doing this? 20 minutes.
It's D&D.
It's the D&D.
D&D Beyond. You got your stacks, you got your swords, and you got your invisible one. Alright. Where were we?
Yeah, there it is. Freaking swarm of rats. As one big sentient entity trying to freaking kill you.
Oh my gosh. Hey, you've seen Rat Swarm Small. How about Rat Swarm Colossal?
Yeah.
Gargantuan.
Yeah.
Just
Like, have you seen those videos of, like caterpillars that like crawl over themselves to like go faster?
no.
I
Like they
haven't,
crawl
no.
over each other. There's like they go in a row, and the tallest one goes over the top, and then they go faster, and then the next one crawls over that one. That's what the rats are doing.
The
Yeah.
rat works over, sees wave of rat. I'm going back to bed.
Rask has nothing on this many rats.
Okay, anyway. You have a very lovely lunch and still have plenty of daylight left.
I would
What?
like to say that in universe, Rivet did in fact do this math over lunch. That's what she spent her lunch period doing here.
You've only just finished your sandwich, and you notice that Rivet hasn't touched hers at all, and there are bits of paper all over the floor, her chair, like stuck to parts of herself. Draki's holding like 3 of them.
I'm gonna lean over. Rivet.
You look over and see just, if you look down at her paper, you see written, like, you see written 23 billion grams per cubic centimeter of rat on arrival.
Rivet. I would very much like to remind you of the last time you did a summoning test within a city, and
I'm not going to set off a rat bomb.
No, but this, as I push one of the papers, is indicative that you will, and I'd rather not have the guards arrest us.
It
This
might
is
be
a hilarious
advisable.
thought experience.
It might be
Experiment.
advisable not to shout loudly about a rat bomb.
That's a fair point.
I don't know what they've got in the way of TSA here, but they are 2 towers, and I don't know.
And plus, this is a sandwich shop. Mentioning rats is kind of
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
They might get some. They might get some like food inspectors around. Though they don't have rats. It's very pristine here.
I look at the proprietor, who obviously just said "I see," and I'm like, "Apologies, she's doing a bit of a thought exercise."
You know, all that yolk from that egg in your sandwich is going to just make the bottom piece of bread all soggy now. You've not touched it.
That's nice.
Now,
She suddenly realized that she
think-
hasn't eaten.
You should put away all of those bits of paper and actually enjoy the hard work you've paid for.
Yeah. Yep. Rivet just very embarrassed at what she has done.
Right. And she goes back to behind the counter and takes some other orders. The little girl's just kind of at the counter, just like bewildered look on her face. Like, what's a cubic foot? It's like a foot been shaped into a cube. That sounds painful.
Well,
Yes, you have
What's
lunch
our
now.
what's our next plan of attack?
What's on the to-do list?
Well, we could. I think we've done our business here, but we could. I don't know. I mean, of course, we have already a huge list of to-dos, but I don't know. We could check out, see if there's any long-term jobs that need doing here. It does. It facilitates not having to make another trip back here if we needed to. Well, we would find a trip back here anyway. Anyway, the fastest way to get back to New Hope is to use the teleportation circle here, because as you can see, it's roughly 25% faster. Well, it's more like this. Maybe more like 10% faster, but still worth.
I kind of want to ask around. I don't remember her name above game. The thief that we met in the Piers of Yorn that stole from the telescope crystal. She was fairly famous, if I recall.
Right, yes.
I don't remember her name.
It's under characters. There she is. Why didn't I? Did I not write the name with it?
Nope.
I think it was Bagda. Bagda sounds right.
I have a character in my notes named Archivist Poon,
No.
who, I think that was the other person we met there.
or the alias they were going by while they were robbing the place.
Oh yeah, that might be who they were pretending to be.
Yeah.
Burger. Sorry, Burger.
Okay, yes, that's right.
Whopper.
I want to ask around if anyone has heard any rumors of Berga in the area recently.
Alright, let's see. Make an investigation check.
The investigation check. 16.
Alright, you ask around and you hear, thankfully, there's not been any such
What?
rumors of this character around here. I did hear that, apparently they may have struck at the Piers of Rouen, but that's far from here, and as far as I'm aware, there's not been any grand thefts. At least that's not, word of has not reached here.
Mm. Well, good to know.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So let's just say, on a scale, that was a cold result.
I will continue to investigate as we get closer to the beers. Are you really doing this? Stupid. Right, hold on. Really? You're doing this? There. Be weird. Don't I encourage this idiot.
Doing the crying at the shower again.
Yes. Okay, well, that's what I was doing.
And Berg is the only unfinished business I've come across this party beyond that teleportation stone in the swamp. Everything else was before I joined you.
Okay. So, with that, I'm assuming you ascend the tower to teleport across.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to save us some time.
Alright. Of course, once you're at the very top of the tower, you do see a strange device into the roof of it.
It's a Lodio bringer.
and the matching device in this one. Although, of course, at a different angle, so they're both kind of aiming at the same sort of space. In the much busier tower, where it's its own sort of self-contained community, you make your way down and come out onto the plains once more. Say you stop for lunch. You get one square. You at least get to the base of the hill before nightfall. Yes, switch up the... Go back to the Wilderness Travel by Butterfly. So... Who wants to roll me a D100?
I'll do it. Because I don't think I've done it in forever.
No, I think you did. 'Cause
I think you rolled a 68, I think.
Yeah, I rolled the 1. Hold on here. I rolled the 1, and then let's see here. Rivet rolled a 69. You rolled a 70.
70, yeah.
So it's back to my turn.
Sure.
Also, everyone, be careful. Remember, never roll a dragon.
Yeah, who would roll a dragon?
Well, I mean, sad that we had to leave the dragon slaying sword behind, but
Was that a dragon slaying sword though?
it was made of. Well, I mean, I don't know if we have any reason to believe that guy, but he is an old dude, and old dudes usually know what they're talking about.
I'm gonna be honest, that was almost a 6.
Uh-oh.
It was like on the 00 and then flopped over to the 40, and I'm like, oh, come on! We're so close.
At the edge of the plains, noticing your camp, 12 mounted scouts approach in the middle of the night. So, second watch.
Zero, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. No, it's Rivet after you.
For watches?
Oh no, yeah, me. Yeah, for
Okay.
watches. Yeah.
They approach.
Do our thing.
Only one of them rides up conversation pace and does so at a quiet trot because noticing the other tents. They look at you for a bit. Dismount and come on over. Evening, he says, keeping his voice down.
Hello. Lovely night.
I feel the make sure you're on the lookout. We've heard tale of a roving band of trolls.
Hmm.
From the fact that
Well-
you're just sitting here quite relaxed, I'd assume you've not seen any.
Nope. But I'll be sure to tell the others about it.
Hmm.
See what we can do about, well, the things you need for trolls.
Alright, well, it's
To be honest, I'm pretty carefree anyway, even if I did know about them.
not quite sure how to process that information. Yeah. Anyway, it's not been confirmed because you would think we would have noticed such large creatures just walking about in the open. Rather strange behavior for them, but we'll keep looking. Anyway,
All
don't
right.
see any signs of any trolls here, so have a good night. Okay.
Just 1 second.
Hmm?
Wait, let me see it. You thirsty?
I've got my water skin. I'm doing alright.
Need topping up?
He takes his water skin out, takes a drink of it. It's like, sure.
I will cast Create or Destroy Water. So I'll do a creation of water.
Oh. He's like, thank you
So
very
I just like
much.
stick my finger in the front of it and it just fills up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Takes a sip of it, like, oh, okay. Oh, hey, goes for him. Well, thank you. Again, have a good night.
You too.
Goes, mounts up, rejoins the others, and they ride off. And other than that, night passes. One gets their long rest.
Well,
Need anything for this spell? Nope. I has it. Awesome. So, does Sierra mention the troll thing in the morning?
yeah.
Okay. Trolls.
We fought one before, didn't we?
Above game, did we? I don't remember.
Yes, we in the mines with the crystal monsters. There was a crystal troll.
Right, yes.
That's when I summoned a little fire snake
Oh, yeah.
to deal some fire damage to it.
I'm going to change one of my prep spells for the day. I am going to grab Elemental Weapon.
Ooh,
Because that's the only way I'm dealing fire damage.
might wanna. Can you take acid with that?
You can. It's
Although your axe is immune to magic, isn't it?
so it is, plus Elemental Weapon specifies that you choose a non-magical weapon, but I still have my original battle axe.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I can just cast it on that.
Something that above game I know, like in a webcomic I know, there was a troll that had like dragon blood, so it was immune to fire damage. So like before we know, casting an acid weapon would be good to diversify.
Yeah. Well, it's a third level spell and I can cast it twice. It's not like I use my third level slots for a whole lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have my original family battle axe that I can cast this on.
Nice. Alright.
Alright.
Sorry. What? Oh, that was just Sarah.
Oh no, Sarah, why you leave us?
I'm scouting ahead.
2 whole days.
Yeah, just in owl form.
All right. Rivet's turn to roll the dice.
Roll the dice.
Woo!
Roll a dragon. Ooh.
Hey! That's pretty high.
94. It is.
So, moving across the plains, you come across a small farm. Plenty of space to make camp nearby. Doesn't look like it's a public place. It is just a small bit of land. They have for most people, chest-high wall of stone within which their actual farmland is held. Like, it's not like a massive, like, acres of farm. Like a person, like, produce is probably for them to use in the household, not for selling it stuff. For the size. And you hear raised voices coming from the farm. Sounds like a back and forth. This is in the late evening before like watches properly start.
Does it sound heated like an argument, or
People calling for help.
well, she said it was a back and forth, but is it just loud talking, or like
It's definitely an argument.
okay? I'm gonna edge a bit closer and just sort of listen to the best of my abilities to the argument. Like, not like full listen in, but like as a peacekeeper, I know that things can turn violent in the domestic area at times.
As you get closer, you notice it's a decent sized building. It's got 2 floors, proper stone construction. The house must have been built as part of the wall. There's like a side of the house is literally where the wall starts and stops. So the house itself is basically flush with one of the boundaries. You see a good amount of crops, all seemingly doing well. The argument continues, and eventually the doors fling open, and you see a couple, man and a woman, storming out. The young man turns and yells back into the building before they carry on. You can make perception checks if you like.
Yes, I want to know what's being shouted. Watcher, come on. Yes. It was almost a 4, and then it tipped over into the 18. So, soft 20.
Soft 20. You hear the young man yell back into the house, like, "Do not care what you say. He's not a monster. And I'm done being your son if you can't drop this." We'll be back in a few days. Maybe then you would have come to your senses. And puts an arm around this girl, and they start storming off.
Can I get a look at the girl?
Yeah, you can make a separate perception check if you like.
Come on, Watcher Paladin. Because if the guy's like saying that she'd be accused of being a monster, I kind of want to get a vibe on her. Only an 11. Curses.
11? She's about 5'6". Like, pale skin, white hair. Doesn't seem anything out of the ordinary. Her, like, she's a bit thin, like spindly, but doesn't look like dead white. Like,
But human-esque.
yeah, she's human as far as you can see.
And the boy is also human?
Yeah, he's he's a 5'9" young fellow with the sort of sun-touched skin you expect from being out working on the land for most of your days. Strong farmer build, but with a healthy belly, you know. Fed well, works hard. Dressed in probably home woven clothing. From decent enough cloth, well maintained. Couple of patches in places, but nothing untoward.
And they go walking off, or?
Yeah. They start.
Oh, do I want to meddle? Yes. All right. I'm going to mentally ask Soldat to sort of like follow them at a distance, just sort of like keep an eye on them.
Okay.
And I'm going to go up to the house and sort of like knock on the door.
Alrighty. The couple do not seem to notice. The door is still like left flung open.
Being polite, I will just sort of knock and peer in. Good evening.
I thought you were. The guy looks a bit confused seeing you, maybe a bit cautious. Could I help you, stranger?
My
It's a-
companions.
Guy in his like mid-50s, clean shaven, a sort of short hair, where like you could still definitely like grab it and make a tiny ponytail, but not like all the way short. But, like,
No, I know that hair length.
yeah.
I know that hair length. My companions and I were passing through the area and wished to make camp, but we didn't want to intrude upon your land without permission or your knowledge. I don't mean to be rude and pry, but I caught a bit of that shouting earlier. Is there cause for concern? Sort of like makes a showing of the holy symbol, the amulet that he's got.
Make a persuasion check.
Halfway decent at these. 19. Okay. Could have been worse.
I My son, he's long been of age where you start thinking about courting, finding a woman as that, then not much opportunity for that out here, and he comes with us to market, help get any materials we need or socialize, but maybe you can talk some sense into him. We brought this girl back, and you hear from the other room, there's like, you can hear this like crying, which suddenly through this crying you hear, it's like, you just hear, that is no woman, as the monster. You've seen what I've seen. You know what she is. What she's done. He kind of puts a hand up and... This girl he's brought back. He's... We've heard a rumor about her. And... seeing what we saw when he brought her back here tonight, he's... She acts nice enough. But she's... not what she appears.
something like an illusion, then?
But when you see her go like that, and you think of bit of a tale around here of the man-eater, this spider pretending to be a girl.
Oh, sure. It's a juggalo. I see.
And she doesn't. Seems happy, but I don't know what sort of spell she may have on him, or I don't know. We thought it was stories that, get your children into behaving, but I don't know if he took it as went looking for her or something, but he's gonna get himself eaten.
But
Those spindly, those dark eyes of her. That's
well, I have met a large number of people in the far travels that I've been on, and they come in all shapes, sizes, colors, and races. What exactly, other than her appearance, inclines you to believe she's this spider woman that you yourself admitted you didn't believe as anything other than a tale?
her eyes. Where one moment she's sitting there looking thin and, underfed, and that's fine. But then, I swear I saw him. Just too many eyes. And then I blink and she's back to normal. I don't know.
See,
If my son,
understandably so. I'm sure when I first became a guard and was to danger, I'm sure my father worried after me. I'm going to check in with Soldat in my head and see if he's noticing anything off about this couple that he's following. Just sort of graze, move, graze, move.
This fully armored horse.
Yeah, technically, because we wouldn't have removed his armor by the end of the night, but whatever.
Alright. Have Soldar have a perception check.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I mean, he's got a positive in that stat. All right, Solda, let's see if you can do better than the Watcher. Nope. That's a CX.
And everything seems normal. They're set. That it.
Okay. Well, I, as a man of faith, have some spells and such that can see things for what they really are. I could, as well as remove any curses that might be controlling your son's mind. But if this is just a misunderstanding, best he not think it come from you, lest it color his impressions of you worse than now. But I can look into this woman and see if she is what she says she is, or if, as you fear, she is a danger to your family.
Okay. Thank you. I wouldn't have much to repay you. Just
It is all right. Good deeds are something we give to others, expecting no payment. For once you start expecting payment for doing good, it stops becoming good and merely work. But I should probably check on it sooner rather than later, just in case.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. His cottage is straight line, straight shot from here. It's out the front door and just keep walking. You'll see it.
Based off of what direction Soldal went to follow them and the direction he's pointing, did they go in the direction of what this son's cottage would be?
Yeah, it seems like
Okay.
whenever this may have been built for the sun, they literally just said, I want to, I just want to walk straight out my front door and then I'll get to my son's place.
Okay. I just didn't know, like, are they going to the son's place or are they going somewhere else was the idea.
Oh, okay.
So Criff will nod and then walk out to the rest of the party. Well, potential evil spider thing posing as a woman who might eat the son of the farmer here, or just a quiet, strange woman who unnerves her potential future in-laws. I, of course, am not too knowledgeable on the tales of these lands, be it not being from here. Thobrek, have you heard of anything like that? A woman, a spider who disguised themselves as a woman to eat people?
Let me think back. Teachings I've received. And he's gonna try and recall any stories about this.
Alright, make a nature check.
Sure. Come on. Oh yeah. 24.
You know of the people known as the RNA. And not typically seen on the surface. You know that there is a small colony of them living in these underground parts here. Rather close to where you were brought up. They pretty much just like being left alone. Like, they don't make attempts to trade or communicate. They just keep to themselves. Maybe only seeing brief glances of them if they're, for any reason at all, above ground. Whether it be hunting or distress or something. But even that is rare. Like, you've not personally seen one. But some of the people that raised you, the druids, in attempts to understand nature, have attempted to make converse with them. There has been an occasion. But of course, every species has its capacity for good and evil.
Yeah. I've only heard tales of them, but to the south of where we are now, there's the race of the Arune. Private people who live in underground. They hardly come out. I've heard of.
I see. Well, at the very least, let's make sure of their intentions, I suppose. They should be this way. Gestures in the direction of Solda and the son's cabin. I'm gonna go do an investigation. Just check in on the son and make sure he's not getting eaten by Spider Woman.
Anybody else going with him?
Beckwell.
Yeah, same.
Oh, I spelled that wrong. Hold on.
Excuse me. Oof.
Yeah, same.
Yep. Yeah. So I might go towards that house. I assume Solda has not alerted me to any hinkiness happening.
No, they've gone inside, and as far as the dog can tell, they're just there's been no untoward noises.
Come into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. All right. I'm going to approach.
Okay.
Don't think she'd be a celestial fiend or undead, so my divine sense would not help me here. But I do have another thing. What are they? I mean, they're a race. Whatever. I don't know if they're humanoid monstrosity. Whatever. I don't know anything about these things. Because I am from a dragon. We didn't have spider peoples.
Okay. You approach the house.
Yep. And I knocketh on the door.
Okay. You hear a gasp from inside, and followed by the familiar voice of the boy. Who's there?
A traveler just passing through. I'm wondering if I could trouble you for a moment.
You hear a brief dragging sound, and then steps heading towards the door.
Dragging sound?
And he opens the door and peeks through, but you do catch the glint of moonlight off the spear he seems to have grabbed to defend himself if need be. What do you want?
I must confess, I had heard a bit of the arguments between you and your father. I wished to assist you and lay their fears to rest. as a man of the faith and cloth and magic, I believe that I would have the authority and be able to convince your parents to accept your decision more easily and readily.
His eyes like trained on yours the entire time, so therefore he's like not noticed your holy symbol, and he's just, which faith?
I'm of Pelor, the Dawn Father.
Hmm.
I just realized, technically, with how the Everflame brooch is, it kind of casts like that. You ever hold a flashlight under your face?
Yeah.
But this is a flickering light underneath my face. My dragon face.
Oh god.
So ominous.
It's like dragon peeking out over a lava cavern.
Yeah.
He like very quickly like looks down for a holy symbol and then back up to you.
Okay.
He
Like,
spots it then, and he's, right. I don't know what. I don't know. Would you mind leaving your weapons there?
Of course. I will take both my battle axes, and I'll actually stow them on Soldat, like sort of like saddlebag style,
Okay.
and then walk over.
I mean, he backs up like he's not put the spear down. It's just like low though. It's not like trained on you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll step inside. Can I see what was dragged? Because you said I heard a bit of a dragging noise.
Yeah, that was him like picking up the spear.
Ah, that was the scraping of the handle across the ground. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Pardon the intrusion as I step inside.
And while he goes inside, I want to keep my ears trained, just in case if he'll need me to bust in a door.
But trust me, you'll notice Soldat making a frickin' charge for it. I have mental connections to this horse. And he has my weapons.
Shoko, my love. We have a guest.
I'll sort of look over in the direction to see if I can spot the woman.
Yeah, she's sitting in a chair next to the fire. It's not like a full couch. It's, I guess, a love seat. Yeah. 2-person deal.
I'll incline my head. Again, good evening. As I was explaining to your love here, I wish to assist in the matter and smoothing over your acceptance with his family. I would, of course, only need to ask a couple questions because I could not in good conscience give my word without making some token effort towards it. I hope you understand. I am not suspecting you of anything or wrongdoing.
Okay.
I will sort of like, since she's sitting, I will just sort of like sit on the floor, trying to like.
There is like
none.
an armchair as well as the love seat. Like,
Yeah, well, I'm a big, heavy guy in big, heavy armor. And plus, I'm trying to like appear non-threatening by getting potentially lower than her eye line, since she'd be a little higher on sitting on the chair on the love seat.
Yeah, she's clearly upset as well. She's not crying at this point, but she is kind of like leaning forward, kind of hunched, like head down. Turns her head a little bit to look at you, with your passive insight of
16.
16. You can tell she's scared. Like,
Again, I'm doing my best to appear as non-threatening as possible.
mhm.
Well, I have not had any issues myself with it. I can understand that the rejection of the ones you would have to be your family hurts. I wish to assist you, and I do truly mean this from all my heart and faith. I mean you no harm, and wish only to help. So I would ask, are you one of the RNA?
Her head lifts a bit as you say that. You hear another kind of soft gasp. She looks up at Alan and he looks to her. But like he's like looks to her and like he visibly relaxes for a bit, but then like gets back on guard, like looking back at you, like I am.
I see. It must be hard to have left your home to come here. Be a stranger in a strange place. Have people look at you and accuse you of such horrible things. I'm sorry for that. I You must understand. No, please, go ahead.
Hearing your words, Alan seems to like he's sitting on like the arm of the love seat, like between you and her. He's not entirely getting comfortable at this point.
Yeah.
I I and Alan kind of rubs her shoulder a little bit. It's alright. You see a shift in her features, and you notice that her fangs like elongate, and where her like humanoid looking eyes are, there are a few kind of like more that suddenly appear.
What the hell?
Okay.
Um, I I can't entirely disagree with them. Things they said.
Have you hurt people? Eaten them, tricked them, committed acts of atrocity?
She started to nod, but then when you got to trick, she started shaking her head. No. I only defended myself.
Then let me tell you, as one who has watched the darkness and seen all that it holds, the evil and the innocence, you are no monster. Actually, can I tell if she's telling the truth?
You can roll an insight check if you like.
Come on. Then I stand by what I just said.
Yeah, you're not sure. um, I people found me in my true form. I guess. And I guess saw me as a threat, and but I've hunted nothing but old animals. Sometimes I might get lucky and game. But Alan, he looks to him and looks down. But Alan was the first human that was nice to me. May have got caught eating one of his chickens. He like moves his hand from her back to like her opposite shoulder and like kind of leans in now, kind of sliding into the seat itself, putting the spear down. She practically ran for the hills when she saw me come running out. The fact that she didn't attack me had me confused. So I thought I would just leave the chicken there and moved it a bit further away from my house, and sure enough she came back, and it's a long story, but as you saw her when you came in, her most humanoid form, she came back and to see feathers and bits of chicken hanging out a face like this rather than a large spider. It was we started talking, and we thankfully hear our language, which I didn't expect. And long story short, now we're here. I didn't think my parents would have a problem. I didn't think they would notice. But see, they did. And
And you love each other, truly.
yes, yes, of course. I think I told him to, that we didn't, that it could stay between us. But that doesn't convince me to meet his parents and elope. But, that didn't go well. May have. She kind of goes full humanoid, and you notice her teeth look normal.
Mhm.
It may have not been careful with my fangs. I was rather hungry, and my mother saw them while we were eating, and the shouting started.
Grim is silent for a moment. Outside, Solda, who had been like aimed towards the front door and like holding stock still, like definitely in a I'm gonna charge if needed, relaxes and turns and sort of wanders away. The signal, since he can't talk, being okay, everything's cool and no need to be on alert. But back inside, he says to the couple, "It could be hard, I imagine, not being accepted, for being different, for people turning to their fears from old wives' tales before getting to know you. After all, look at me, a dragon. But you love each other. You're pure of heart, and you've done no wrongs. You've merely been born to be what you are. I think... Well, I can't speak to how much I can convince them. I will do my best to convey that you are pure of heart and soul, that you mean no harm to their son. And truly, if you want, I can perform a ceremony to wed the two of you.
And they look at each other for a bit. Adam looks and well, I appreciate that. The greater honor would be for you to maybe hopefully help my parents come around.
Of course. I understand.
I'd much rather have a proper wedding.
I understand. While I am an acolyte and attended to many weddings back in my home, I never officiated fully.
Apparently, according to Shoko, it's a tradition for the couple to weave their own attire for the ceremony, but I'm afraid Shoko's probably going to have to do the work for both of us, as she kind of blushes. It's just like, stop.
He smiled. Crib smiles, like very soft faced. I will do everything in my power to bring your parents around. You have my word. And, well, I can be persuasive when I need to.
It's
And
also
if not,
now. Oh, yeah, okay.
oh, no, go ahead.
It's now that you're kind of sitting close that you realize that Alan is actually wearing like a really nice white silk shirt. Kind of like Leon's romantic outfit in the remake of
geez.
RE4. Like,
Jeez, have not seen that, but I think I get it. I get the vibe. All right. And I've got friends who would help me in this endeavor. May you be happy, both of you. May you know the warmth of the dawn of the Pelor. And when night and darkness comes, enjoy the comforting embrace of Selûne. I think it's Selûne was the night goddess. Yep. Kriv will slowly stand up, like shifting backwards, so that again he gets off the very non-threatening, like I'm not lunging up at you, kind of deal. I'm sorry to have intruded on your home, but I'm glad to have met the both of you, and that I can help with this. And he'll turn and make his way back outside.
in fact, she kind of, now I think of my description, she pretty much looks like romantic costume Ashley. Just a bit paler and, of course, like longer, kind of ganglier limbs.
Yeah.
Like, not monstrously long, but it's still noticeable that
No.
it is a little bit too long.
Yeah, just a little weird, not quite monstrous, but just like, huh. Kriv will shut the door behind him and walk over to the rest of his companions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the shades of grey are wide indeed, sister.
Mm-hmm.
She is.
I feel like, yeah.
But
at one point you might have seen her, and I don't know what you would have done, but
I don't know.
I know that you have improved.
Yes, she's not. She's of this world, but her race are, according to Thorbrick, not the best viewed, especially given the stories told around here.
Mm.
But far be it from me to judge someone based off what they are and not who they are.
Yeah.
So?
Oh, during all that, Cyril would have asked the people in the house if they know about the whole trolls being spotted in the area.
Which people?
The people who weren't involved in this conversation.
Oh, the parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
The homeowners.
Heard of it. I've not seen any of them though.
Well, if you do see them, then it might not be best to stay here. I don't know. I haven't really seen a group of trolls before, but it could be very scary.
Well, at least we're about to see them coming.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got a couple of horses if needs be.
That's good. All right. Looking over my spells to see if I can do something for him.
Oh, and another thing that kind of gives them away a bit is they don't like they're have double jointed thumbs and many jointed fingers.
Okay.
Interesting.
Fun for me. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll eventually return to the house. So I've talked and with your son met Soko. And through the blessings of Pelor and my own abilities, have seen through to her true nature.
He kind of like gets tense and kind of clenches a fist. And
She's an interesting woman, I'll say that. One who has overcome the hardships of birth, has become honest, true, and gentle. I believe she is no more harm to your son than any other. She has a good heart. And while admittedly she might not be human, it does not make her bad.
no, of course not. It's not never the issue, but he would have turned up dead, and
Yes, well, many aren't exactly accepting of those who look different, especially when they're stumbled upon in the dark. Honestly speaking, if someone came at me with a weapon, just out of nowhere with no provocation, I might retaliate in kind. It's not unheard of for a woman to defend herself against those who would attack her. And I do not blame her for that.
I don't quite understand. I mean, I understand what you said, but I'm not quite sure what you are implying by that.
Basically, as you know, she's not human and has another form that she looks like. People attacked her, and she defended herself in defense of her own life. Everyone has a right to that. From the most thoughtful and intelligent of humans to the most wild of creatures, everyone has the right to life. So people have turned up dead, and it's true, but there was no malice behind her doing it. Merely fear and self-preservation.
If she was the one doing it.
Indeed, if she is the one. There are, of course, reports of trolls in the area, but...
That's recent, but this was...
And if these people turning up dead is not recent, who's to say she's even responsible for those?
My brother,
I'll say.
he's alive, but apparently he encountered this thing, fell under some sort of spell, and
Sort of cocks an eyebrow for waiting for the rest of that sentence.
he woke up afterwards, but the creature, or if it was her, had gone.
So you're saying your brother was put under a spell, which caused him to sleep, leaving him vulnerable. But he woke up perfectly fine and alive. That does not seem to be the action of a malicious monster.
Well, he wasn't on his own that day.
Hmm.
And the other friend of his wasn't so lucky. But he was trying to put him to sleep to defend herself, and it didn't work on... I'm just glad it worked on my brother.
As am I. But, as I said, she is peaceful, means no harm to any who would not try to harm her. Or, I think your son. She seems very taken with him and would probably defend him with her own life. She's a good woman, as I've said.
You see the wife had been like sitting in a chair in the kitchen portion, like watching through the doorway, like listening in. She comes in and her face is like tear washed with worry, and she takes the gentleman's arm. Did you take on my apology? Or no? We should go. We should go to them. The multiple things. We both did love.
Heartfelt apology always heal wounds, especially when there's love meant on both sides.
Yeah. And you're certain it was telling the truth?
Kriv will place a hand on his amulet. I swear, every intention I read from her was true and honest. Above game, yes, I rolled shit on my insight, but Kriv believes her.
Yeah. and Alan didn't seem to be under any magic.
I should have detected magic, but his behavior did not indicate anything like that to me. And none of my senses gifted by the gods would be able to notice such a thing. So I think everything is well and good.
If I may come to the root, for peace of mind, perhaps we stay a couple nights in this area. Both patrols and anything else that might be going on in the area. Help put people's minds at ease.
You're more than welcome to. We've only got one spare room here, so can't exactly offer.
We've got some tents, not for the optimus myself.
Alright,
We
well,
have.
I would appreciate that, considering the recent rumor, but I think we need to go speak to our son. And Shoko.
Group nods.
They look at each other a bit nervously. Like despite what you said, they still have hesitation. And they walk straight out the front door in a straight line.
Above game, I really should have had detect magic on. But nope, I didn't. Kriv believes in this. I really hope it doesn't turn out badly.
Same.
Riv could give Rivet a nudge right now and say, hey, do it real quick.
Yeah. Well, they're in the house, so I don't know if you'd be able to, like, okay. Yeah, Rivet. So I'll head back out, and as we go, I'll nudge Rivet and be like, hey, I don't know if maybe you can catch a glimpse of their son through the door as they go to speak with him. But could you maybe see if he's under any magical effects that would mess with his mind?
Yeah, sure. Rivet just
Can't believe I didn't check that.
quietly, not quietly, but nonchalantly, will just kind of follow them to the son's cabin.
Okay.
Like, I'm just going to get my horse. Soldat, who's still over there.
Just a set of tents. Nah.
Alright. So it's a 10-minute walk. It has been back and forth this entire time. But you cast the spell. And as Alan comes in the door, you do notice a magical effect on him.
Ah, shite.
What kind of magical effect? Please.
Yeah, what's the school?
The school is
Please don't be enchantment.
abjuration.
Thank God.
It's on himself, not anything he's wearing.
It's on him, as in it's been cast on him.
Okay.
Abjuration is protecting magic? That's good.
Just very patiently wait outside the door. And I'm gonna wait for. I'm gonna try my best not to listen in on their conversation, and just quietly wait for them to exit so that I can so that I can ask him if I can cast Identify on him, just to see if he'll allow me to.
Okay.
Abjuration is protection magic. He's fine.
If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are affecting it. So,
Alright, after, I guess, we just wait outside the door, like, peeking through the keyhole or something?
No, I'm just, she's just,
Mickey. Just standing there.
eventually, presumably, the mom and dad have to leave to go home. So, she'll just sit on Blix in its, like, combat form, like, kicking her feet and waiting.
Okay. After about 10 minutes, the blip of your detect magic dissipates. And you can see there is no longer a spell on him.
As in,
appear to be...
detect magic ends, or as in the spell that seems to be affecting him seems to end?
At some point during your detect magic, the blip dropped.
So he's no longer affected by a spell.
Okay.
As if whoever cast it has dropped concentration.
Okay. Is there any commotion inside?
No, they seem to be getting into quite a long talk. And They appear to be having tea.
It's probably fine. If we're going to be staying around, actually, Rivet doesn't necessarily know that we're going to be staying around for a while.
Well, we're staying the night.
Yeah, I guess Rivet can just check in the morning if he has a magical effect on him again.
All right. Well, yeah, I did good thing, maybe.
Probably,
Look,
as we can tell.
It was an abjuration spell. She probably, he or she probably had some sort of defensive stuff up on him. Again, that's all it is.
Well, yeah, maybe, I don't know. I don't know how the physiology of this creature works. Maybe it has, like, I don't know, pheromones that make their mate protected or something. I don't know.
Anyways, I believe I did good thing here.
Yeah. Sarah gives a proud hug.
When Rivet returns, she'll just say, he did seem to be under some sort of spell, but it would appear to be something protective as opposed to anything dangerous. In the morning I could check again if he allows me to cast Identify on him, but the spell ended while I was waiting for them to finish their conversation because I didn't want to intrude.
And it's probably something that was cast to protect him with either my presence or the knock on the door from his parents.
Mhm.
Oh, jeez, that's terrifying.
What are you looking at that's causing you to be afraid?
Yeah, what's terrifying?
Nothing. Anyways, but yeah, I think it's all well and good.
Jesus.
Everything does seem... Nothing seems to be particularly wrong, so... Oh yeah, that is terrifying. Oh shit.
Oh, that, yeah. Jeez.
Spoopy.
I'm going to close this card now. I have nightmares about that.
Me and a friend saw that. We had a whole conversation about how that could be, like, played on. Like, you know how anglerfish, like, have a symbiotic relationship, like how the males attach themselves to the females? Like, they're basically like remoras to sharks. You know how they, like, have suckers?
Did not know that, no. I think I made it? Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Now you guys don't have to see it. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I think that turned out quite well.
Yeah.
Hey.
Of course, something like this doesn't heal in a day, but it should be fine.
I agree. I think things will turn out for the better.
While we're here, we may as well take watches and make sure the trolls don't attack in the night.
Yes. They're just starting to get... But happiness is being found, so I think we want to make sure things are working out well.
Mhm.
So watches begin.
Once again, dark vision on Tex on Thorbrek.
Mm-hmm.
Am I doing perception?
Yes.
Come on, Everflame. Eternal Flame dice, don't let me down. Ha! 22.
Nice.
That's the second 19 I've rolled in a row.
I've been all over the place. My rolls, I think, are getting worse. Looking at my last 5 rolls, they definitely went downhill.
Yeah. But oh well. Okay, so. Raise your perception. You don't notice anything untoward. About close to the end of your watch, you see the parents coming back over past the camp and into their home.
Weeks are out of time. Going home, so. Otherwise, quiet night.
Mm-hmm.
Next to Sarah and the Gremlins.
Hi, buddy. You look crazy. Crazy.
Alright, so. Oh, wrong screen. Okay, there we go. Alright, so. Watch.
All right, Sarah, show off that 300-foot dark vision. Wow.
21.
Maybe.
$21. Okay. Everything appears to be fine. The night is still. You hear the distant hooves of the patrolling scouts and guardsmen. I know it seems to be multiple nights. I'm going to say that we'll have 2 now, then 2 for more. Okay. So, you get your long rest. fine.
Yay!
And then, you found doing much through the day, or just kind of taking a day?
There are potential holes in the area. I guess we could scout around, see if there's any signs of trolls. I got
If I could
Solda.
spend the day working on amulets.
Oh yeah, you could do.
Yeah. While Rivet's taking the day to work on that, I'm gonna take Solda and sort of scout around, travel the field, see if I can see any signs of trolls having moved through the area. I don't anticipate it.
Sorry, what was that, Tech?
So practicing his battle maneuvers.
Make me a perception check.
I assume that's aimed at me.
Oh yeah, yeah, quick.
Ugh.
You don't see any sign of any large tracks or anything like that.
Cool. Yep. But no one's caught sight of these things before, so I'm still concerned. I will return to the group.
Alright. You get a good number of hours in on making your amulet. Zero, what you have to do.
I will. I'll do some work with some using my herbalism kit to make a potion.
Okay. Alright. That's what you do for the day.
Make healing potion.
Yeah. And then it comes to the night. Who would typically be third watch?
That'd be Crib.
Oh, Crib?
Yeah, because like, there's only 3 watches if you consider 2-hour
right.
spans.
Yeah.
It's 8-hour rest, but it's like only 6 of that is spent sleeping, so that's only 6 hours that people need to be on watch, technically.
Okay, well, we'll have Rivet roll for the start of this night anyway, just so that everyone rolls. And if you're doing work during the night, disadvantage.
Yeah, okay. I did that with disadvantage, and I still got the lower number first.
Yeah.
I don't think I rolled a watch for the first night. Yeah.
No, because I was just being like, okay, we're gonna have everyone rolls. We just do 2 for the first night. Second. Alright, yeah, no, everything's fine. Then
Rivet's just working on her shit, and then suddenly she realizes that nobody else is awake right now. She's like,
Yep. And then you go and wake up Griff.
Getting my armor on. Picking up weapon. Alright.
Perception check.
Watcher, please. My last 3 rolls for seeing things, granted, one of them was my horse, have not been good. Come on. Watcher, please. Watch! God damn it!
Too much bargaining. Too much bargaining.
That was pleading, not bargaining. Bargaining is you offer something. This was begging.
Yeah, I guess. Alright,
Well, this is gonna hurt.
Or there's someone else.
Okay.
Belongs. It terrifies me.
Being
Cool.
distracted by thought. You don't notice until the last minute. As a troll comes crashing into the camp. And you hear screams in the distance.
Ah, fuck.
And that's
From,
where we're
like,
going to
the-
end today's session.
Ah!
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Well, gotta fight the one that's with us first before we can go save the frickin' peoples. Ah! Watch your way.
There had to be consequences!
I mean, yes. Yeah, there had to be. I agree with you wholeheartedly and completely. But you know,
Yeah.
whatever. I really hope those nice people don't get eaten, that I just helped fix their relationship.
Right. We shall see.
Yeah.
Next time on Dragonfall Z.
Alright, well, hey, good session, everybody.
Yeah.
Woo!
For Rivet's timekeeping sake, does this attack happen in the morning or the night?
In the night. Well, it's
Okay, so
technically morning, so like
okay.
3 a.m.
Today is the 11th of the 7th month in game.
7-Eleven. Let's get some Slurpees.
I'm off to get some winks in, as playing Diablo has literally screwed with my sleep schedule.
Of course it has.
And I go back to work on Saturday night, so gotta get back in the right swing of things.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and find someone to raid. Hope everyone enjoyed this session.
Absolutely. That was great.
Yeah.
Just realized it's
Until
almost
next
like a freaking anime, like My Girlfriend the Spider.
Exactly.
I was honestly kind of hoping that a troll fight would happen so that would get to see this person fight, because that would be sick as hell.
And
if they
Well,
what
if
cliffhanger
they're
did I just leave you
non-
on?
Well, they might not be able to fight a troll.
Yeah, we're there to help. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Depending on how many of them there are, I've got slow, I've got magic. Not to mention my dark vision, which I can give to everyone.
I have hammer.
Hammer.
I have
Hmm.
elemental weapon. I can only give it to one person at a time, though.
Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and raid Brutal Richard, who's apparently watching the Mortal Kombat trailer at the moment, not playing Street Fighter 6, but that's the stream, so I'm sure he'll be playing it after watching that trailer, which I wasn't impressed by, honestly. But we'll see.
I want to be
Everyone,
playing Whisper right now.
please be good to yourself, excellent to each other, and crit your enemies. Till next time, bye!
Bye.
Bye.